we're trying to develop technologies that help us to control drug delivery to tumors. And this is a big challenge because tumors is very complex, it's different between patients, and we need to find first the common principle that help us to target tumors on the one hand, and on the other hand, we want to keep and understand the complexity of the disease. So we're trying to find parameters that control drug delivery in a very precise way. And we develop ways to fine-tune the fabrication of nanoparticles that are loaded with drugs and that can really target cancer in the best way possible. And in order to do that, we need to understand how cancer cells interact with nanomaterials, small dimensions of materials that loaded with the drugs. And we found that the physical parameters of cancer cells has a major effect of how they absorb drugs or nanoparticle drugs. We have to look at it in a broad way. We have to look at big data in order to find patterns and to understand how to target the right cells and not to damage healthy tissue. In most cases, cancer therapies in general and the drugs that exist are still quite vicious. They are quite not selective, so they harm healthy cells as well as tumor cells. Much of our efforts is to find ways to really allocate the right parameters so we can target the cells, we can target the tissue and damage only the tumor tissue, not the healthy organs. So we have found ways to utilize the specific physiology of tumor biology, and we're able to see damages in the tumor microenvironment and to use these defects in physiology of the tumor in order to target the tissue in a better way. So one level of targeting tumors is how to do better drug delivery and how to design or engineer nanoparticles in the most optimal way. But then the other level of testing it is how can we actually predict which drug will work the best. And for that, we actually started to model and to develop models that we can actually grow cancer outside of the body. So what I mean by that, we can actually take tissues from biopsies from patients, and then we grow them in three-dimensional way on chip, and we can mimic the physiology in such way that the tumors feel like they're still in the body, so they behave very similarly. And now we can actually screen different drugs and screen drug carriers and find the right one even before we test it in the patients. So that's the very important essence of personalized medicine, and we can now actually tailor the right therapy without the risk of unnecessary or unsuitable treatments and suffer for patients. We can actually let people live longer and have better quality of life.